Hello, my name is Philip Totaro. I'm the founder and CEO of market research firm IntelStor. Welcome to your weekly dose of truth to power. Truth to Power examines data-driven insights for the energy sector with a focus on renewables. On this week's episode, we're looking at the feed-in tariffs, public finance, and capital efficiency of onshore wind energy from the IntelStor Future of Renewables report. Cost of energy for onshore wind has seen significant reduction in the past 15 years. Besides the benefits brought to the industry from economies of scale, the cost efficiencies gained have put onshore wind in direct competition with natural gas, petroleum, and even coal generation. And that's the only technology out of all the renewables that can actually hope to compete head to head with coal. While the current average cost of energy is rising more recently due to impacts on the supply chain from inflation pressures as well as the international geopolitical situation, wind energy is still one of the most cost-efficient renewable power sources in the world today. With an average of just over $33 a megawatt hour, wind energy is capable of competing with non-renewable power generation sources in most countries of the world. Feed-in tariffs for onshore wind energy saw a significant ramp up in various global markets over the past 25 years. As capacity additions grew, so did the public support mechanisms, which were included into the average feed-in tariff prices offered to power producers. In China, federal subsidies, which supported an average price close to $100 a megawatt hour, were eliminated for onshore wind energy back in 2020, which has resulted in average prices in the country to be reduced down to a price equivalent to that for coal power. Average feed-in tariff prices have ranged from $69.75 per megawatt hour in the Americas region to $108.62 per megawatt hour in Africa and the Middle East. Europe has also had very hefty sustained prices for wind energy over the years, underscoring the amount of public support that they've enjoyed in the region. This has fueled the debate in Europe about the need and the opportunity for zero-subsidy power offtake auctions and the necessity of heavy government subsidies compared to markets like the USA, which offer subsidies but at a much lower level of support compared to the rest of the world. Public finance allocated to onshore wind has mainly supported project development activities as opposed to quote-unquote research studies to investigate the viability of utilizing the technology. In the most recent 5 years, annual expenditure averages $2.9 to $4.6 billion per year in public finance for a total of about $18.2 billion. In that time, 33.5% of public funding was spent in Europe, 31.1% in the Americas, 19.7% in the Asia-Pacific region, and 15.7% in Africa and the Middle East. Since the year 2000, a total of $60.3 billion of public finance has been spent on onshore wind energy. A total of $23.2 billion, or 38.5%, was spent in the Americas. 31.5% of the total investment was provided to Europe, 16.1% in Africa and the Middle East, and just 13.9% in the Asia-Pacific region. Capital efficiency looks at the relative dependence of the technology on that public funding for the volume of megawatts of power generation capacity that were installed. For onshore wind, capital efficiency is one of the best for renewables due to a limited amount of public funding allocated compared to the total installed capacity of 1.2 terawatts, as well as how relative that is to the total public funding allocation for all renewable energy, which was $396.6 billion in the past 25 years. In the Asia-Pacific region, onshore wind energy sees a capital efficiency of just $12,000 per installed megawatt. That is not quite equivalent to solar PV, which was only $2,000 per installed megawatt, but it's a very good figure nonetheless. Both Europe and the Americas offer a sensible capital efficiency of $72,000 per megawatt and $97,000 per megawatt, respectively. Now, while the capital efficiency of onshore wind energy in Africa and the Middle East looks poor by relative comparison at $735,000 per installed megawatt, it merely underscores that the percentage of public funding which has been leveraged in Africa to install onshore wind energy has been higher compared to other global regions. Those global regions have been more dependent on private finance, and it's helped them get to the point where they consider onshore wind to be a bankable technology. Thank you for joining me this week. I'm Philip Totaro, and this has been your weekly dose of truth to power. We'll have more to come from this IntelStor exclusive report, The Future of Renewables, next time on Truth to Power, including a look at the installed capacity and global region market share of solid biofuels. In the meantime, you can follow us on IntelStor's YouTube channel as well as your favorite audio platforms, and visit www.intelstor.com to join more than 300,000 subscribers to our renewable energy data solutions. We're adding subscribers faster than ever, so don't miss out. Register today. A full analysis of the global renewable energy market is available to online subscribers of this new exclusive IntelStor report, The Future of Renewables. And tickets are on sale now for the next Wind Summit event in Houston, Texas on November 3rd and 4th of 2026. Visit www.windsummit.org and join hundreds of your industry colleagues to discuss all the latest trends in O&M. We've got speakers and panelists lined up from companies like NextEra, EDPR, EDF, Pattern Energy, ExxonMobil, WEG, and more. So don't miss out. Register today. We hope to see you there.